It might help if my mic was on. So, good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us this evening. I hope everyone is having a good week. As every time we do this, I feel like it's later in the week. So.
What day is it again?
Saturday.
Kitties!
Oh crap, I'm late.
Yes, so everyone can play Spot the Cat in the stream. And if you do, you can use there's
the first one.
You can use Nightbot to call that out. At least for food and tech cat. Other than that, I guess we need a cat counter now. We're just keeping track of too many numbers.
Too many kitties.
Yeah. So, thanks for joining us. We will be continuing our Darkening of Mirkwood campaign tonight. Hope you all enjoyed the painting last week from Lindsay.
Yeah!
She'll be back doing that again tomorrow night, so a little bit more on that later on this evening. It appears we have already killed off a PC. We are missing one. Jake is gone. He is dead. Never to return in this game, unless I am proven wrong in a couple of seconds. But...
Well, if not, rip to Jake. It's been fun.
Yep, you know?
R.I.P., but I'm different.
So, let's get started and get right into it with a bit of a recap from last week. So, the Fellowship here, consisting of the 4 individuals and their companion, Radagast the Brown, one of the Wandering Wizards, began heading south through Mirkwood with the intention of arriving at Dol Guldur to investigate potential unexplainable things that some of the wise in Middle-earth deemed that there might be more going on in the world than the rest currently believe. Through their journey south, they were actually intercepted by an old, I'll use the term friend loosely, Lady Captain Dagmar of the Tyrant's Hill. Tyrant's Hill being a prominent force in in Mirkwood, especially to the woodmen. Some of you might recall this individual playing a bigger part in the previous Fellowship. But these 4 here, never heard of the guy.
None of us here gave him a Palantir.
Nope, not at all. Not at all. They were intercepted by Dagmar and brought before Lord Mordred of Tyrant's Hill to essentially question them for trespassing, going through their lands without permission, and were more curious of what they were up to. Callan here explained what they were doing through a silver tongue, saying that they were merely collecting bounties on orc heads. And after some back and forth, Lord Mordred agreed to let them pass. Though during all of this, Radagast was nowhere to be found. He had disappeared when the men of Tyrant's Hill initially showed up. And the Fellowship hasn't seen him since, though they did receive a message from a squirrel, in good fashion, that Radagast had seen enough from Tyrant's Hill, has returned to Roscabel, though if they wish to continue to Dol Guldur, they can investigate, and anything they find to report back to him. So, they pressed on, almost dying at the hands of a few wolves, or at least one of them.
Forgot!
Hunting
Yeah.
can go.
The other
hunting
two
can
just
go
relaxed
terribly
in camp.
wrong. Yeah, they're playing Go Fish. Meanwhile, Volley's getting his neck bit out. It's fine. It's
Help
perfectly fine.
me!
So, that's where we're going to pick up. As the four of you are now in southern Mirkwood, also known as the Haunted Woods of Mirkwood.
Ooh. Spooky time. Wait, it's
Spooky.
Christmas.
Nightmare Before Christmas, Matt. Come on.
There you go. So,
Can't think of everything, Matt.
switch up the music here, which might be a little quiet. All right. Four of you have some 60 miles to cover between your location and the rough general area of Dol Guldur. You'll be traveling for over the course of 10 days through a foul, slimy, and dark area of the forest that is very hard to traverse.
Dark.
Now, with Radagast currently no longer guiding you four, who is your current guide?
It was gonna be Volley.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be me.
Okay, just making sure.
Yeah,
Volley, go ahead and give me a survival check.
don't kill us.
Right. Almost made it as Mathan. Surprise appearance, kids.
Not yet.
Yeah, I should check my name.
And then, is this wilderness?
This is wilderness.
Pretty sure you get advantage. Let me double check. Yeah, advantage on all wisdom, survival, ability checks. Oh, no, never mind. I'm tracking others. Wilderness. So we're not really tracking anybody.
No.
Okay,
You're just plotting routes.
Yep.
So
Yep.
13. Okay. You feel like you get your bearings to the best of your ability. You guys pack up your camp and begin heading in a southerly direction according to Valley's perception of the woods. So you begin your trek south over the long haul of 10 days through the heart of Mirkwood.
Ooh.
Triple E8.
It's like a fun time.
If there's anything you guys wish to do during this time, or RP out, go ahead. If not,
10 days. 10 days from now.
it's essentially a 10-day on-foot journey between here and Dol Guldur.
I have 9 days of rations.
Well, didn't we?
As I'm like clinging to my
Oh
neck.
no, that
like,
was
Yep.
that was including hunting the wolves.
Yes.
That's how we got up to 9.
Yep.
So we need to try to hunt again.
With you? Hell no.
I can go by myself.
Oh boy.
No nonsense. I'm sure I could talk some creature into giving themselves over to a great cause such as our own.
Anela, I will help. It was just a jest.
No problem. Shall we?
Yes. As we I'm kind of like rubbing my neck. Yeah, let's go.
I guess we could all help.
To
Yeah,
by
we'll
myself
make it an
so far.
adventure.
You guys do not have to come if you do not want to.
Party hunting. No.
I mean, last time you two went, and one of you came back nearly dead. I don't expect to be carrying any of your bodies out of Dol Guldur. So I can't quite exactly let you go alone.
I agree.
All right. Well, I will try to, or no, I will ask if I can use. Is this the weatherboard feature again?
you're looking for I mean, the weather lore last time pretty much told you everything you needed to know about the animals. So unless you're looking for
Yeah.
if the weather has changed, that would be the
No.
only thing weather lore will do for you.
No, it was the same as last time with using weather lore, with how you have a good. It says you have a good grasp of creature habits and various types of weather conditions. But you know where bears hibernate and where a goblin band is likely to camp, etc., etc. So.
Right. So you're still in the same region. All that information is still known to you.
Right. So, with that same knowledge as last time, I'd like to try to find wolves again, or I think, did you also say few deer last time too?
There are deer in the region, though they are extremely scarce.
Okay. I'm gonna try for wolves again, or try to look for their tracks specifically and see if I can find another small pack or something.
Okay, go ahead and give me a survival check at advantage.
Hey. Ooh, at advantage. Let me click that.
– 16.
Okay.
You do find a trail that points to a pack of wolves.
Okay.
If you were to follow it.
Yes. I will gesture the track to everyone else, and I will signal them to follow me.
Lead the way, Captain.
You follow the trail probably about a quarter of a mile, more in a westernly direction, so sort of off of your path that you were originally taking.
Okay.
The trail itself begins to go cold, up into the point where you can point in the direction through a clearing and see 2 wolves.
Ooh, 2.
Okay. Am I able to guess the distance of how far they are from us? Or gauge?
80 to 100 feet.
Okay. But okay. I'll point them out. And, then I'll make sure I'm hidden and I'll whisper, well, if anyone does have ranged weapons and would like to try hitting them first, before I work on flanking them like last time, be my guest.
Okay, I can take a shot at it.
I think, while I do have a bow, I can barely see the beasts from here. I would like to get closer. So I believe I will aid you in flanking them. Anelia?
Perfect. Well, then, why don't we split up then and try to surround them to an extent, and then I'm going to go ahead and try to stealthily go around them to the right of them and flank.
I
Okay.
will follow suit.
Okay, so go ahead and give me stealth checks if you're trying to get closer.
Oh, I accidentally put still with advantage.
Oh,
30 and
boy.
19. Alright.
Wow, 30.
2 1.
Damn.
It's a natural 19.
Yeah, almost a natural 20.
Alright, so the 2 of you begin making your way closer and off to the right. What's everyone else doing?
I was gonna take a shot with my bow when they're ready.
Yeah, I'm gonna move just an inch closer, not really requiring too much stealth, just moving up a little bit, maybe, I don't know, a foot, and then getting out my bow, ready to shoot.
Okay. Who's going to make the first move? How much closer do Callan here and Anelia get?
I would like to get 30 feet away.
Same, I was just gonna say that.
Okay. Yeah, you can get probably to stay well hidden, You can probably get 30 feet away.
30 feet is all I need.
Yeah. And then I'm assuming once he and I get to that position, I'm sure one of us will signal to the other two that we're all set and ready and someone can fire first.
Sounds like something that should have been discussed before you left.
Fine. And now it's gonna be like, go, shoot the thing, shoot the thing.
What? Are you telling me to shoot it?
I mean, you can if you want. I'm trying to tell them they can shoot too.
How about you shoot it? Do you have a ranged weapon?
No. I do not. I just gesture to the two scimitars. Just swords.
Just swords.
Okay. At this point, I'm assuming they get far enough. I'm just gonna kind of like go 1, 2, 3, and then I'm gonna release.
Shoot in time.
Yep, I will release an arrow.
Go ahead and roll attacks. What's the range on your guys' bows?
I believe it's a great bow.
Oh,
It's like
The answer is long.
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
if they're great bows.
Yeah, great bow is ridiculous. So you
I can't remember if it's
have-
like 60 and 130 or something.
Yeah, a great bow can shoot like a mile
Yeah.
away. There's like no combat. You're never gonna be able to miss anything with a great bow.
Yeah, you should be fine.
Okay.
Let's
Let's go. Ooh.
17. 9. 17 will hit. 9 will miss. What are you two doing if we were waiting for an attack? Callan here and Elia.
I'm not holding an action to attack.
Okay.
I'd rather keep my stealth for now.
Okay.
If possible, Anelia would run up for an attack the moment she hears or sees a wolf get hit.
I think we both didn't miss.
Okay. So you see a wolf take an arrow.
Took it to the knee.
My leg.
As the arrow whistles through the woods and then impacts into the hide of the wolf. So you run up.
Yep, that would be my signal to run up and try to make a slash.
Okay.
She go whack.
Well, that's gonna trigger initiative.
I figured.
Yeah.
Just the minute it gets hit, the initiative happens.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
Fee,
and-
fi, fo, fum.
Nat 20 on initiative.
Where's my character?
Ooh, another natural 19 for a total of
didn't
24.
Crap, I didn't put my thing on the map, so I don't know.
Oh, look at that. That's 20. Look at these.
Why
high
were you
Oh wow.
wasting all of our high initiative rolls on a wolf fight?
Because fuck us.
Because they did bad the first time.
I didn't do bad the first time.
Rolling a second initiative, put my first one in there because I forgot to put my token on there because I am difficult. There we go.
Phew.
So both of the wolves will share their initiative. Okay, so one is wounded.
So,
top
so
of the
we're
round.
over here and they're on the other end of the mountains. I mean, that's some impressive shooting on my end.
Yeah, I mean,
Just aimed up.
all right, top of the round is Callan here.
Okay. So is the wolf that has an arrow sticking out of it. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to use my ability, Master of Tactics, which allows me to use the help action as a bonus action to aid an ally in attacking a creature as long as the creature is within 30 feet of me.
Okay.
So I'm going to call out to my allies, and I'm just going to say, that wolf is injured. It's favoring its left side. take advantage of that. And I'm going to help, I guess, I have to specify, I guess. I'll help, Valley, so when Valley makes an attack against that wolf, he will have advantage.
Okay.
And then I'm going to use my action to attack the other wolf that hasn't been hurt yet.
Go for it.
Actually, is Anelia in melee with the wolves yet?
No.
Okay, then I will.
The minute though the wolf got hit, it triggered initiative. So the fact that her action was to run up won't happen until her initiative order.
I will hold my action until one of my allies is in melee range with a wolf, and I will attack that wolf with my short bow.
All right, Volley, you're up.
Okay, so I'm gonna attack the wolf that I have advantage on because of Kalanir.
Okay, it's the one you hit already. Go ahead and roll attack.
Let's do it again. I'm gonna do it again.
Oh.
Boom!
Oh!
You
Natural
didn't.
20.
You didn't need the advantage.
Yeah.
Well, with my ability, first round of combat, I get advantage, so I appreciate the thought. There we go.
EOP.
You basically hit right where the first arrow went in.
Is he still up?
Oh, he's up.
Okay, I'm gonna try and take him down. I'm gonna shoot him again.
Go for it.
Pew.
Unnatural 20. That'll hit.
Alright, take one more arrow off.
Yep, that one will kill him.
Pew.
There's 3 arrows in succession.
Doing a speed shooting. Okay, with that, I'll call it for volley.
Or Akron.
I will attempt to shoot again.
You notch another arrow. All he hears hit tree.
I am a terrible shot.
Misses. Anything else?
About 20 feet, a little closer. I'll try and get a little closer. Maybe that'll help.
Okay. Anelia.
And as I run, I'm gonna whip out my 2 scimitars, and I'm going to run up first to the weaker wolf and attack.
There is no weak wolf. There's just the
Weak
one.
wolf's dead.
There's one wolf left, I think.
Oh, I thought it was still up. Okay,
Nope. Volley kill it.
Hi.
okay. Then I'll attack the one that's left.
Alright. You run up 30 feet. 10 will miss, 24 will hit, 17 will hit.
That does trigger my held action.
Correct. Alright. So,
Oh!
Callan here with a natural 20 to
Nice.
follow that up. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Oh my gosh.
Get all the
all
natural.
of this on a wolf fight.
Get all these natural 20s out of the way.
So that's going to be 14 plus 18. Because the sneak
that'll
attack
kill
is, damn it, doubled.
Yeah, as Anelia runs up and makes 3 slashes at the wolf and gets 2 cut in, like almost in an X pattern, your arrow comes right in, right into the center of the X, getting deep penetration right to the heart and kills it.
Ah, excellent. I may have a knack for this hunting thing after all.
Not so bad.
That one's better than the last hunt.
Well, then, just like last time, if initiative is over, or if combat is over,
Mm-hmm.
I will go ahead and try to prep the meat and everything just like last time.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a survival check.
24.
24. Yep. About. You did better on 2 of the carcasses this time than you did last time, but since you had less to work with, you yielded about the same.
2 more rations for each person then?
Eventually, yes.
Cool.
You get a ration. You get a ration. Everybody gets a ration.
Okay, I now have 11
Yep.
days of rations.
Oh, boy.
So I'm gonna be so fat by the end of this.
We got a ration.
Lookouts, go ahead and give me a perception check.
Yay.
While I desperately
Was I a
try
lookout?
to. No, you were not.
There
Okay, I
goes
was like,
my
I took
roll.
multiple rolls,
Ooh,
I thought.
look at that. 21. Look at all these good rolls getting
I don't-
getting you.
I got
think I
an
was just-
11.
I think I was just Hunter. I
You
can't
guys write
remember.
down your rolls.
I know my roll.
I'm checking if I did.
I got changed like twice. I was like, all right.
It was Hunter, Hunter, Lookout, Lookout, and now it's Hunter, Lookout, Lookout, Guide.
Yeah, I think I'm the only Hunter now. Which is fine.
Arachrin, while Anelia is harvesting the meat from the wolves, you hear footfalls coming back in the woods from behind you. Not like calmly, just walking through the forest.
I hear footsteps.
Do you say this?
Yes.
Ah, well. I am not a fan of unexpected footsteps.
You want to go find out who it is?
Sure, why not?
So the two of you head off.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
more like, yeah, I'll go.
Yeah. I'm not gonna let Arachrin
no, I was-
get in trouble.
I mean, I was just saying, you go. I stay here.
Oh, well, if you don't, I can go alone. Yeah, sure.
No, I'll go with you. I like our duo.
All right, so the two of you turn around and head back a short distance from where you came. You just walk out, or do you proceed quietly?
Quietly.
All right, that's good to know. Stealth checks.
Oh. Yay.
A
17
20.
and a 20. Let me just check something.
A Mirkwood elf adventuring in Mirkwood.
It checks out.
Seems legit. Alright, so the two of you head off back from where you came and find an area of brush and tree to sort of hide behind. And you see some movement, about 3 or 4 humanoid figures moving through the forest. And they seem to be moving in a calm pace. They're slightly coming your direction, but not directly. Like their path looks like they're gonna take them by you guys, but they're not heading towards you.
Ah, so it seems they are not aware of our presence, whoever they are. I must admit, I am curious.
Yeah?
They should be passing by soon.
Why don't we just sit and wait to see?
Very well.
The closer they get, the clearer their forms become to be orc or goblin.
Honestly,
Closer.
I didn't know what to expect.
Shoot.
There seems to be about 3 goblins and an
Expect.
orc among them. They move closer in your direction.
That sounds like a joke. Drink almost normal.
And at one point, you hear the orc speak up. We need to get back to the castle. Magars isn't going to be happy with you, thoughts. raid was a bit unproductive, wasn't it?
Sorry. We'll get back.
Head off! Go! And they sort of double their pace, heading off away from you.
I was very tempted to come out and talk to them.
Well, of course you were.
Could have tried.
But they're gone now.
Yep, they head off south from you guys.
Oh, well, good to know we're close.
Okay.
Let's head back.
Yeah.
Alright. So did you guys get your new set of rations to cover your journey? You guys will head out from here, I assume.
Yeah, there was a small orcish patrol that just came by not too long ago. They appeared to be heading south, returning to the castle.
A small patrol?
Yeah, it was like 4 of them, 3 or 4 of them. There might be a lead worth checking
That
out.
can't be good.
A castle.
If I remember correctly, I do believe Fenbridge Castle is nearby. At least in
We
the
can-
area.
Yeah. Perhaps we could learn more that Radagast might want to know by following them.
Yes, we may.
After all, we did also tell Mogtrid we were hunting orcs. Perhaps we should start collecting on some heads then to prove we're not liars.
A messy task.
I'm down for whatever.
And also, I am a liar. Sometimes. Well then, fearless guide, I can tell you they went south. Why don't you lead the way?
Alright.
Alright. So you guys continue, this time following a orc patrol at a safe distance, heading south. As you move through the dark and dreary woods of southern Mirkwood, I need you all to make Constitution saving throws.
Ho ho ho!
So early into the campaign we do this now.
Constitution.
That's a 6.
Oh, that's
Hey,
true.
look at that.
Hey!
Wow!
10 from Volley, 6 Colin Hare, 24 Nelia, Rakran, a natural 20. Colin Hare, take 1 point of exhaustion.
Oh, that's right. I was thinking corruption. Ha!
That's why I said. That's why I
Yeah.
reiterated Constitution.
Took me a second to realize that.
Alright, as you guys progress on, fighting off the noxious fumes of the forest and the almost wandering madness that could succumb trying to keep your bearings in a roadless wood. Is
I'm
what?
trying to think. I know that Anelia knows a little bit about Fenbridge Castle just based on like oh no, wait, hold on. I might be reading something wrong. Do I happen to know any more information about the area and how to kind of navigate it or survive through it just based on history of the area and Fenbridge Castle, or I guess something along those lines. As
Are
an
you
elf?
Are you asking if you know the history of Fenbridge Castle, or are you asking you know how to traverse the land?
More of how to traverse and survive through it.
Survival check.
Okay. Sorry, my brain kind of like did a
Those
fart
are-
while I
those
was
are-
trying
those
to
are-
ask a question.
Those are two. Those are two
Yeah.
different checks with 2 different answers.
Yeah. 21.
21. You know, the closer you get to Dol Guldur, the more marshland and swamp-like it becomes. That was one of the strengths of the fortress in terms of defense, is that effectively, for large forces, there was only one real way in. Small groups even struggled to not take this route. So the closer you get, the harder it becomes.
There was only one way into Dol Guldur.
Essentially.
Okay.
There are, from your knowledge, there are other ways for a smaller group to navigate through, but it is difficult.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yeah. I'm just writing notes. Okay. So, nothing really to just try to help go through this other than just knowing that it's ugly swampland.
Not without seeing it.
Okay.
I mean,
Fine.
there's not much more help you could get without having a map of the area.
No, that's fine. I was just curious if her like past knowledge or reading knowledge or historical knowledge or just being an elf helped with anything. It was totally a curious question.
Give me a history check.
Oh, okay. That's another 21.
You know that originally the one and only real legitimate way into Dol Guldur was the Fens, which there was a gatehouse there to help essentially mark that path. That gatehouse was expanded upon with no real plot or plan. It just got bastions and towers built on top of it throughout the swamp, and this is what was known as Fenbridge Castle.
Okay.
So the Fens of Dol Guldur and Fenbridge Castle is the only known way through.
Okay. Pressing on then.
Okay.
Let's go.
Yes, where are our orc friends going?
So you guys go ahead and track your orc quarry. Valley, go ahead and give me a survival check to keep up and track them.
And then can I do that at advantage for Ways of the Wild? Because we're tracking someone.
Correct, because you are tracking.
Cool. Baller. Alright. Big roll. I don't know. Okay. It's a bad day for Valley, kids. 2
8
8s.
with advantage.
That's sometimes how the
Yeah.
die
You-
roll.
That's just how the dice roll.
You lose the trail. After about 3 days of tracking, it just gone.
Should we mark off 3 days of rations then?
Yes.
Okay. Well, seems they just disappeared.
Well, they have to be somewhere. Orcs just don't disappear.
I'm sure I could pick their trail back up again, somehow.
So, are we like we're in the depths of the forest, but there is a path creatures could traverse. Is that path like clear? Or...
No.
Okay.
There's no clear path here.
Well, perhaps something is close. I could try and draw it out.
Could I kind of climb up a tree and kind of get like a lay of the land? Just kind of see if anything's like off, or if anything's in the distance, we can head towards.
Sure. Go ahead. You
Okay.
find a tree, and you climb up to the top. Try as best you can to get above the canopy. Go ahead and give me a perception check.
That's a little
20.
better.
22. Where you are in the forest, in pretty much all directions, you just see treetops. You do see a faint smokestack in the distance in a southerly direction. It's a very thin one. Probably a very small fire.
Okay, so I'm gonna come back down. But I got a small lay of the land. Nothing but trees for miles. But if we go that way, pointing towards the south, towards a fire, we can find a fighter. Maybe we'll find a little scouting party, if you will.
Well then, if you think you can guide us there, lead the way.
I'll do my best.
Okay.
And then I'll start taking them towards the fire direction. Excuse me.
You move on for a couple of hours, heading towards that fire. And as you get closer, the fire you find is snuffed out, and it looks like a small camp was abandoned recently. The fire pit itself is still smoldering, a very faint thing of smoke, but it seems like somebody was here recently.
Could I look around for tracks or anything to tell who was here?
Give me a survival check.
There's some better rolls.
Morning. You find a couple of discarded raw meat and heavy footfalls. This does seem to match up with orc and goblin campsites.
Appears we may have found our orc and goblin camp. So from here, can I tell where the tracks go to kind of pick up back on the trail that we were on?
Yeah. Be able to find
That'd
them
be
heading
another-
off. No, you found them. By finding
Okay.
the camp, you found them.
Sweet.
So
And that
you
was
pick-
all that was at the campsite? Just the fire and some bits of leftover food?
Perhaps. Are you looking for something?
I might be curious.
Is Anelia actively searching the camp?
Yeah, I guess.
Give me an investigation check.
Okay.
Perhaps.
All the questions!
I only
Yeah.
tell you what you notice at a passing glance.
Right, yeah,
Unless
yeah.
somebody is actively
Okay.
investigating something, I'm not telling you anything.
Okie dokies. That's an 8.
8.
Uh-oh.
You don't find anything. Nope, she already rolled.
Oh.
I need to know you're helping before the roll happens.
I like the last second. I helped.
No, you don't. 8. You don't find anything interesting.
Okay.
Well, do we try and push on and see where they might have gone, or do we want to see if we can draw them back here?
This seems to be done, so I say we go after them.
I could put on a performance, but lead the way.
I say the less attention we draw to ourselves, the better.
I am all about
Any
attention.
attention whore. Anyway, do we want to press on? Any other objections?
I think pressing on would be good. At least use their trail to help us get to Fembridge Castle without us potentially getting into more difficulty of getting there.
Arachron?
Yep, I'm agreeing.
Okay, let's press on.
Alright. So you guys head out, tracking them southwards for another 4 days.
So another 4 days of rations.
Hello.
It's the noxious fumes and the atmosphere of the forest are making things very difficult for you guys to focus and keep pushing through. But on The 7th day of tracking them, you come to a section of the forest where in the distance you see a fortress-type structure spread out amongst small land pockets in swamp and marshland. You see several towers and campsites and what appears to be a orc garrison in the forest. And beyond that, sitting on top of a greenish-brown hill built in black iron, rising above the rest of the trees, the towers of Dol Guldur.
Oh boy.
I need you all to make a corruption saving throw.
There it is.
Ba 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 ba. That's a 4. I did terrible.
He did terrible.
Read the roll. Okay,
so
go.
terrible. Well, can you carry
Alrighty.
on my chorus? Okay. No, no fun.
I'm trying
4.
to read.
14, natural 20.
I have a question about this one.
Okay.
Okay, I'll put it in the chat. So it's sterner than steel. You resist shadow corruption better than most, for your spirit is resolute and your mind is not easily overthrown. Raise your wisdom scroll by 1 point. You have advantage on wisdom saving throws against corruption. Would that take an effect here?
Yes. So go ahead and roll
Oh,
with
I remember.
advantage.
I remember trying to get that feature when I was Mathan, and I was like,
Oh.
I can't get
19. All right. Anelia and Callan here, you both take a point of shadow.
Whoa. Okay.
Whoa, that was a high save.
Yeah.
God damn. I'm guessing it's DC effect.
I mean, I rolled low. I 1
Maybe.
point for that. I'm fine with that.
Yeah. As you traverse these dark, corrupted lands and seeing the former fortress of the Dark Lord, your mind is immediately clouded, and you find it very hard to look away. I
There's
feel like something is pulling your gaze.
there's probably a lot of loot in there. Just imagine the riches that may be held within those halls. Well, we have to get past this outpost to actually get there, so
Yes, we should probably find a way that will not expose us.
we could all try sneaking through, or we could try distraction. Or I honestly don't know what else there is to do. I am feeling a little winded traversing through this muck, I must admit.
Let's take a short rest. Or how long does it take to remove point of exhaustion? Long rest?
That's a fellow. Oh, exhaustion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a long rest.
That's a long rest, yeah.
Crap. What if we can scale back a little bit and find a good place to take a longer rest if we need it?
Don't stop on my account. I can push on.
Very well. Alright. Can I take a look at the camp and see, like, maybe a possible blind spot or a place we can kind of, like, sneak around?
Yeah, from this distance, just go ahead and give me a perception check.
Okay.
While you're doing that, Anelia, from your history check earlier, you would know. Wow, Christmas colors.
The duality of man.
You would know that you are currently in the fens,
Okay.
and the camp and this fortress out in front of you would be Fenbridge Castle.
Okay. So then. Okay, I will wait first to see what Valley sees. Valley sees.
Valley, you see perhaps one of the easiest defensible structures you have ever seen. From your vantage point, you note that the land itself is swamp and marshland, difficult for any army to traverse, difficult for any single person to traverse. Getting through and around is going to be extremely difficult, and the only way to plot a safe route is going to take time, and even then you can't guarantee it. The only direct way through, from what you can tell, is through.
Okay. So as I spend some time just kind of like looking and kind of like peering, using whatever advantage I can, I don't see much of a way through other than straight through.
When he says that, and I try to take a look myself, based on what I know from that history check, does that basically match with what he says where you said Fembridge marks the path basically to Dol Guldur? Is that's straight through?
Yes, you both see that there's bridges between land pockets that sort of branch out like tree branches that go all over the place around the swamp. Some areas are more heavily defended, some are complete fortresses, but all of which end up going to the one fortress in the rear that takes you back. Behind that, you see an actual road and causeway that goes straight to Dol Guldur. I'm just going to reiterate this. It is in theory possible to go around, though a route would have to be plotted and found, and there's no guarantee of that.
Mm-hmm.
So I just want to make sure that's clear.
Yeah.
We gotcha.
Well, as much as I enjoy combat, I do not think we would survive if we tried to go straight through and meet that road that is there. I honestly think taking our time to plot a potential way around would be a better solution.
That's what I think. And as hard as it is for us to cross, it's harder even for them. They have heavier armor, weapons, and supplies than we do.
Personally, I'm always a fan of a direct approach. Maybe not. Maybe that's not who I am. But I appreciate a challenge, and I think we could.
You're not directing your talking.
I think we could sneak through the front door.
Okay, we got one for sneak through. Who says go around?
Does there seem to be any sort of building or area that's like a storage of supplies and food? Weapons, armor, all of the above?
Not at a quick glance, you can probably assume that that's actually within the fortress itself.
I have a quick plan. Callan here. How is your art of disguise?
I am trained in many skills, such as that may be considered unscrupulous by many. However, I do lack the proper tools to fully employ my talents.
What I'm thinking is, you could sneak in while we go around. And while we're taking our time, you manage to do a little sabotage in there.
While I enjoy the thought of that being in there alone, is quite a daunting task.
I'm just thinking out loud, trying to think of other ways. Anyone else?
I'm for around.
Why don't... Perhaps we can find a place nearby to settle, and then, once we do that, we can start some scouting around and see if we can come up with a path to actually go around. And then if we can't, then, well, I think the only option left is to go through.
You know what I need? I need a set of orcish armor.
Well.
What? We're
If
right by a
there's-
camp. Hold on. Let's stay with staying here. Let's find a place to settle. While we're settled, instead of so much someone being a lookout, someone's waiting to ambush maybe 1 or 2 orcs that are coming by, and we steal their armor.
We do
Thoughts?
know
Inputs?
there are scouting parties they send out, so we could pull back and wait a bit, and I could draw the attention of one such scouting party.
And then we can take the task of stealing their armor.
Take their armor, slap some mud on ourselves, we'll look just like orcs.
Sounds pretty
I
good.
think we're just disguising one of us, aren't we?
Well, if we get a whole party of orcs, there's no reason I couldn't disguise all of us.
If it's possible, as much as I hate dressing like one of those bastards.
Think of it
Let's
as a
do it.
game. Well, if you lose, you die.
You can
I've
certainly
almost
look like
lost
a
many
prisoner
times.
instead.
That's also an idea. Let's pull back. Let's wait for some scouting orcs to walk by and go for them there.
All right. Sounds good to me. Bruh. Such a dumb
Bruh.
Bruh.
Alright.
Right?
Must be some Dunedain slang.
It's like a Gen Z Dunedain.
What is this brah you speak of?
He's just balancing a sword like on his 2 fingers. Man, why are we even here? Violence is so overrated. We should talk to these orcs, bruh.
So you guys pull back a ways, a little bit further back into the forest to try and find a place to have a small hidden camp for now. While you plot your next
Retreat.
moves.
Backing
We
up.
think it will take to wait for a potential scouting party to come up our way.
Oh, I could speed it up.
Well, I figured as we were waiting, I might go ahead and take a look around and see if there's a path to traverse around the area. Just to try to...
Sure, go
What's the phrase? Kill 2 birds with 1 stone?
go play in the mud. I'll wait here.
I'm gonna go help Anela. Just kind of like, divide and conquer. I feel like 2 dudes holding back to take out a small scouting party and 2 people going up. It should be alright.
It depends on the size of the scouting party.
You have to see us run by. Run. What do you mean run? Run.
Alright, so
I'm specifically going to try to look for any signs of a more well-traveled path by orcs and goblins to either get around the fortress or to do some sort of party around or otherwise.
okay. And so Vale, you
I'm
go
gonna-
with her.
Yeah.
Okay, were you gonna do something else?
I was just gonna, like, while she's doing that, like, while I'm with her, I'm gonna, like, look for that along with, like, any, like, breaks in the fortress or any, like, potential holes we could sneak through.
Okay. So you guys head off to a small tree line to stay hidden and observe from a distance, looking for patterns, holes, alternative routes. Anelia, go ahead and give me a survival check at advantage.
Oh, fun. I'm good at these. 20.
Please.
25.
I think
saw the 14
survival
first and got worried.
Is survival my highest? Oh no, I have a few that are matched with survival, but it's one of my highest.
Two of you
You're the best.
sit and observe for a while. Unless anybody actually had a time frame in mind, I'm gonna say you sit there for a few hours.
That was my plan anyway.
Okay.
Ideally.
You sit there and observe. You see the forces inside mostly use the bridgeways to move about. to get from one point to the other. They don't seem to go out of their way in any particular direction to take shortcuts or anything like that. They seem to know that the only way and the best way to traverse around the fortress and through the swamp is the bridgeways that are part of the fence. That being said, you don't seem to find too many weak points in the structure itself, but you do see off into the east that the swampland seems to shallow out a bit. That it would add time to your journey, but in theory, you could head off east and try to move out and around and get closer to the actual moat house, or the moat itself of Dol Guldur. And as the two of you observe this and come to this conclusion, you hear, coming from Fenbridge Castle, the orc war horn goes off, and I'm pretty sure that all peaked out.
Yeah.
Kinda.
Every time. I don't know why. It's not even that high pitched that I'm doing.
I mean, like, we heard a little bit of it, but it wasn't
Yeah.
like, you know.
You hear an orc war horn go off, and you see a force exiting the fortress and marching north.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. How long did their stakeout take?
Couple of hours.
How many hours?
2 to 3 hours.
Okay. Well, if I spend 4 hours in a meditative state, I can gain the effects of a long rest. Because I'm an elf.
Elfie.
They were gone. They were gone for probably about 2 hours. So when they get back,
When they get back, I will be halfway through that meditative state. If they
Yes.
want to wake me up, that's up to them.
yeah, we'll see what they do.
I'll make them up. I'm like, hey.
But as the horn goes off,
Wake up, wake up, wake up.
as the horn goes off, and you hear the marching footfalls in the distance of a roaming orc force heading in your direction, you know, just the two of you sort of look at each other, and go,
Ugh.
We gotta
And-
go. See that? We gotta go.
we're gonna take a 5-minute break.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
So we'll be right back to see what the hell happens here.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
We're in danger.
Nah, we'll be fine.
You'll be alright. It's alright.
I'm not gonna come in.
Welcome back. So I hope you are enjoying tonight's session so far. We will be live again tomorrow night with Lindsay's paint and chat. She is going to be continuing to paint another PC character. So she saw last week. She's got a elven mage to paint with a... What spell is this?
I have no idea. Probably some sort of force field that's starting.
Mage shield?
Force wall.
Air bending? So go ahead and tune in tomorrow night at 7:30, and you can watch her paint and chat along and listen to some cool music while we're at it. And speaking
Yeah.
of cool music, everything you've heard tonight from the combat and just the general background music is from BattleBards. BattleBards is a tabletop RPG sound and audio service, subscription service that you can use to add that little extra layer of immersion into your games, whether it's virtual like this on Roll20, Fantasy Grounds, or what have you, or back at a physical table, rolling physical dice, and being in the same place as another human being for once in the past how many months. BattleBards has things from NPC scripts, so actually having something speak. So you have your tavern barkeeps and your merchants, to soundscapes that have those mountains and those grasslands come to life, and combat music and full-blown orchestral pieces. A BattleBard subscription would get you discounts on all things purchased in store, access to a caster and a mixer, so if you want to upload your own audio and mix and match with things that they have already, and we get you access to everything in their library along with plate mail games. So if that sounds like something you want to have for your tabletop game, go over to battlebards.com and give yourself a subscription, and if you do, make sure you use the coupon code ADVENTURE to give yourself a little extra bonus, because we all like bonuses.
Sure.
And if
I
you
like bonuses
want-
to my rolls.
Yeah. Well, if you want more bonuses, then people can redeem their channel points to give you guys advantage. Or disadvantage, which is kind of like the anti-bonus. but-
That bonus.
I'm going to go ahead and give myself advantage on all my rolls.
I mean, that's why I'm on the stream right now.
And if y'all need a larger sample size of music, Lindsay's going to be playing through a whole bunch of different tracks tomorrow night during her painting. So feel free to stop on by and give it a listen. So let us get back into tonight, as you guys have just observed the fortress for a few hours, and you've heard an orc warhorn blow and almost a whole garrison march out, venture forth from Fenbridge Castle. What would you like to do?
Hide.
Hide. Definitely hide.
All right.
Did we
go
make
ahead.
it back?
That's what I'm asking. You guys heard the horn and you stood there.
Oh
You
yeah,
didn't
I
you didn't
wanna
leave
hide.
yet.
Okay. Well, okay.
Try.
Scout for 2 more hours.
All right, so you hide in place, or do you go back to camp?
Jake and I
I
are
say
at
we-
camp.
Yeah.
Yeah, say they're at camp. We're at the fortress. Well, fortress adjacent. Wouldn't say hide in place, but just kind of find like a part in a swamp and kind of like get down and not be noticeable.
I want to go back to camp.
I feel like they would see us though.
You guys aren't like right up against the fortress.
Yeah.
You observed it from a distance.
Oh yeah, but even then, I feel like they would see us. All right. Well, everyone's saying go back to camp. Let's go back to camp. Back to camp then.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna try to remain hidden, but head back to camp and try to make sure our other two companions are safe.
Okay. Stealth checks all around.
Okay.
Everybody.
Hey.
Yes,
Hey.
all around.
A 25.
25, 23.
I get.
Hit me.
Oh,
20.
a 7.
Hell yeah, today is not your night.
We're gonna have to
I
fight
was
off an
rolling
army.
pretty well this whole time so far. I think that's my first bad roll today.
A +1 is a regular roll. Yeesh. Alright. You guys are a good distance away from the fortress already. Yeah, so you make your way back to camp. Whether or not anyone noticed, you don't know.
Okay.
Oh dear.
So when we get back to camp, since the other two are hiding, do we even see them there at first?
Initially, no, unless they make themselves... You can give me perception checks if you wish.
Okay.
I'll try it.
You find Valley. You find Aracrin. Anelia, you're not sure where anyone is.
So I'm assuming Anela is right beside me.
Yeah, you two are coming together.
Like, I was more so asking Anela. I don't know what she's doing. I'm gonna kind of like grab her on the shoulder and do like the eyes, like look over there. There's a Rakrin without even saying anything.
Okay. All right. Any idea where Kellen here, maybe?
Yes, I'm right here, and I just appear behind them. Mm.
Boo.
So I just kind of jump a little, like, God.
I assume
Elves.
you heard the orc horn as well.
Oh, yes. It is why I disappeared, as it would be. I'm impressed, Arakrin. You have a knack for hiding as well.
I'm pretty good at things when I need to be.
Your shoe's untied again.
Damn it.
So from your guys' position, you see that force marching out from the fortress. It's gained a significant amount of ground in your direction, and about halfway from your encampment, the force actually splits off into two, one heading off north and the other one off a bit more northeast.
You never split the party.
Sure about that?
Where do you think they're going?
Away from where we're going, so that's good news for us.
Exactly.
Is that northeast direction toward that swampland area that gets more shallow?
I mean, not technically, but it goes in between you and it.
Okay. Just cause, okay. I just wanted to make sure since you said the swampland part that shallowed was east, so.
So I'm going to just do this to be very generic. So Fenbridge Castle is Nya, and you guys are Nya,
Okay.
and that swamp you saw is probably over Nya.
Yeah.
The army is going Nya and Nya.
Alrighty.
Make sense?
Yes.
Not covering so many miles as that drawing, but you get the idea.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Nah.
Vali and I discovered an area of the swampland that gets more shallow toward the east. It would be somewhat easier to traverse through that area because of it to go around and get toward Dol Guldur. However, that will probably take an extra day or two of travel. But
It needs some more
it
food
would
if
be-
we do that.
and that is fine, but it would be more of the less dangerous path potentially.
Tell that to our stomachs. But if it is the group's will to go that way, I shall acquiesce.
What we could also potentially do too, if a number of the force has left just now, I had the thought earlier of seeing if we could maybe scavenge from their supplies a little bit for some food before we make our way out.
I guess orc food is better than no food.
Or we can keep hunting for wolves like we have been, but
Why don't we hunt for deer or something more meatier?
unfortunately they are more scarce here, and I feel we've been more fortunate with wolves, but I don't know how lucky we will continue to be with them.
Ah, yes. Let's raid their supplies. That sounds like an adventure.
Callan here, since you are more of a direct person, do you think you may be able to sneak in and scavenge for some, or does that seem like something you might be?
I'm a little tired. You guys interrupted my my nap was interrupted. I was trying to rest up, but it wasn't to be, it seems. I could try. Worst case scenario, I run away. I can hide from any of these orcs. I'm confident in that, at least.
Very well. It's worth a shot. This may be the only time to try it since a number of them have left at this point. Or we can just go ahead, make our way around, and be confident in some more hunting in the next day or two.
What does Arakrin and Vali think?
Oh no. Either one sounds like we'll have to fight, but we've been dealing with wolves pretty easy compared to maybe however many orcs might be left in that castle.
Speak for yourself, dealing with the wolves. Yeah, I'm down for the longer, less fight of an army approach.
So is that wolves or no wolves, Valley?
I say wolves.
Well, I guess the wolves have it. And here I was, ready to strip down to my undergarments and cover myself in mud.
I feel like Matt really likes his character stripping down.
Hey,
He liked all of his characters stripping down because Vidar did it too.
all I'm going to
Yeah.
say is no orc would be caught dead wearing the fancy threads I do.
All right, so what are we doing?
I guess
Avoiding the castle.
we're taking
Yeah, I
a
guess-
long way to the castle and looking for wolves at some point.
We'll head toward the shallow part, yeah.
We can always find wolves on our way out as well.
All
We
right.
can.
So you guys wait a bit for the roaming forces to pass, heading who knows where. And after
Volley.
they...
Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna... Folly, when we were speaking with Mordred, Callan here was speaking about how you hunt orcs, is that correct?
Yes. What
So
about
I'm a
it?
little surprised you weren't leaning more toward going through.
I like to hunt smartly. Going against a whole army is not very smart.
Very well. I was just curious.
A small force would not mind. Big force, big problem.
After the forces pass and you believe them to be a safe enough distance away, you slowly move out in an easternly direction, moving away from Fenbridge Castle to a shallower portion of the swamps, whether it's due to lack of rain or just naturally drier. Takes you about another day out east. I need another bunch of corruption saving throws.
Ooh.
And I assume another day of rations gone.
Oh,
Unless you want to starve. Ooh, that is a
I need to
14.
work
But if I
to-
remember correctly, a
I need to-
14
I
is
need to
still
work
a
on my
failure.
8, 14, 25.
I clicked it, but did it not come?
There it is.
20, 22.
Bingo.
Volley and Callan here take a point of shadow.
my first shadow point of this character.
You know, there has to be some treasure in that castle. I
Be careful
can't
with the
stop.
treasure these guys hold.
I can't stop thinking about it. The secrets.
Yes,
You guys,
probably treasure tainted by shadow that can only meddle with your mind by touching it.
Shadow gold spends just as nicely as regular gold.
Yes, but at what cost to your mind?
Who says, my mind.
you guys move out east and then find that essentially a sunken land bridge to move out throughout the swamp. You guys cross it and make your way through the
Yes.
fence.
I cross it confidently after just losing my words for the first time in a long time.
You guys make your way to the other side of the fens, and essentially to the base of the hill that is Dol Guldur. And as you approach, you notice that the ruined fortress itself almost looks graceful and pale. It glimmers and glows like a gibbous moon frozen. It almost seems to glow with a glimmer, with an unearthly, unwholesome light.
That's not right. That's not supposed to happen.
Well, let's
Am I
get a
right?
closer look, shall we?
Do there seem to be any tracks or anything of wildlife like wolves near around us?
Give me a survival check. 24. You look around. There's not an animal track in sight.
Yep, figures. Okay.
Most you see is in the sky with circling buzzards and ravens and crows, but they're
Birds.
scattered around.
Those birds are back to taunt you.
Not with this character.
Music
Off in sort of the northern area. As you look around, you see the high walls atop of the hill, and the hill itself is pretty rocky and not possible to really be traversed from what you can tell. But off to your, I guess, would be the west. You see a bit of a gatehouse standing at the top with a stone road that goes up to it.
Mhm.
I am going to try and stealth closer to the gatehouse and see if it is occupied.
Good idea. You do that.
All right, give me a stealth check.
28.
28. You
Damn.
move with the shadows.
He got shadow points and now he's in shadows.
All right, so you move out towards the what looks like a gatehouse. So you walk, or you keep to the shadows and low to the ground, and you go out ahead of your party, and you move up, and you find a gate, essentially a gatehouse or a moat house that is the main entryway into Dol Guldur. That the gates seem to be black iron, and they wind around with in their design. But as you get closer, you notice that these gates are broken wide open. Go ahead and give me a perception check while you look around.
Ah, yes. What do my elf eyes see? Probably nothing.
It's a quote from the movie.
I'm legally blind.
A 10 because I am still exhausted.
And you look around, you notice the building itself seems fairly defensible. There's murder holes to be shot through to hold the position if necessary. But as you look around and listen, there seems to be an eerie silence. Nothing seems to be around.
I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to throw my voice for a second here, just to test something. And I'm just going to talk as loud as I can in the same style and with the same accent as Mogdred did. Because I listened to him talk for more than a minute, I'm able to imitate his way of speech.
Okay. Give me a performance check. At advantage, so straight roll. Oh, well.
I mean, it's 2 11s anyway.
Yeah, that's
I
what I
mean,
was like,
Make
Okay.
a wish.
So you throw your voice. Do you say anything in particular?
What's good?
I say, from my hiding spot, I say, it is I, Mordred. I come to speak with your master.
I'm convinced.
Shout that into the gatehouse and beyond, and you hear it sort of echo and then just fall silent. The wind sort of picks up. Nothing seems to answer you.
Well, no one's home. I will go inform the rest of the party that it is safe. And I prance on back to the party.
Alright, you make your way back.
I have scouted the gatehouse and I even made some noise, and it seems it is abandoned and wide open for us to infiltrate and explore.
Well,
Right?
if it seems to be empty, let's take a look then, shall we?
Do there seem to be does there seem to be any sense of like spiritual creatures around? Ghosts, spirits, wraiths of any kind? Using my against the
Ghost.
unseen feature?
Give me a perception check. 12. You look around from where you are, you don't see anything, nothing wraith-like from where you are.
Okay. Let us be cautious then and see if we can find any information that Radagast might be wanting from here.
Aye, aye.
Okay.
Alright. So you guys creep up to the gatehouse
Mm-hmm.
and find the iron barred gates completely blown open, hanging off the hinges, the metal twisted and bent, which shows some incredible amount of force had busted it inwards.
Is that old? Does that seem like it happened a long, long time ago, or does that seem like it broke open recently?
Give me an investigation check.
I'll help.
I just clicked.
13. You go over and you inspect it, and you see that the metal doesn't seem to have aged to your knowledge. Go ahead and give me a lore check.
Ooh, I like those. What'd I get? An 18.
18.
Giggity.
You would know that this was something that was done almost 10 years ago when the White Council stormed Dol Guldur and actually forced the Necromancer out of here. This is the entrance they took, and this is how they came through. So one of the wizards most likely used magic to break open this gateway.
I'm kicking who out?
The Necromancer.
Yes, okay. Ah, this must have been the work of the White Council when they were here.
So,
Well,
you guys cry.
They have my thanks for knocking on the front door. Now, let us venture in and see what's in there. And with that, Callan here will be the first one to stride through the gate.
Okay. You walk through the gate and you see a long stone bridge cross between you and the actual moat area surrounding Dol Guldur, onto the other side, where there is another gatehouse. As you cross the bridge on your way, you look around, and the surrounding moat seems to be almost greenish black in color, as the water is murky. It looks extremely dirty. It just gives off this foul scent. But it seems to go in all directions surrounding the actual fortress. The water, though, as you walk across, is completely stagnant. There seems to be no movement, nothing actually forcing the water to circulate and move about.
Hmm. But the bridge looks like it connects to Dol Guldur.
Yes, it goes straight across to the next gatehouse, to the outer courtyard.
Well then, I look back at the party and I say, well, come along. The castle isn't going to explore itself.
Let's go.
You guys make your way through the undersections of Dol Guldur, making your way all the way up to the citadel, going through the courtyard and the keeps, and all the way up to the gates to make your way to what is known as the Halls of the Necromancer.
Ooh.
You see cages and menacing decor all throughout Dol Guldur. In the main doorway into the halls themselves is open, just ever so slightly, large, dark wooden doors.
Looks like a fun place.
So the doors are closed in front of us.
They're open. It's ajar.
Oh, it's ajar. I missed that.
They're not like fully open.
Well then, I guess I'll do what I do best, and I'll just stealthily slink in through the door and see what I see.
Good idea.
I'm gonna wait outside, wait for Callan here to come back.
All right,
If he
stealth
comes
check.
back.
23.
23. So you
Why even try?
wait. 1 second.
No boy.
Just checking. Shouldn't that be at disadvantage? Oh, nope, you're right. You're right. Nope,
Yep.
nope, you're correct. I forgot about that one feature. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, so you slink through the door and you see a ruin, essentially. Things are destroyed, things are knocked over, layers of dust as you walk through. Go ahead and give me a perception check.
Here's where my exhaustion comes into play. That is a 9.
9. You look around in the main entryway and you don't see any signs of life. No one seems to be home.
I haven't heard as many orcs speak, but I will try this nonetheless. I'm going to try and pitch my voice, that of an orc, while I'm hidden inside here, and I'm just gonna be like, "Arr, someone's come in the castle! Find them!" And I'm just gonna yell that nice and loud, so those outside, just outside the door, can hear it.
Go ahead and give me a performance check.
Yeah, 13 with disadvantage.
13. So your
Not horrible.
words echo throughout the halls. Silence in return. As an eerie wind blows through the ruins.
And I just wait here to see what the rest of the party does for a moment.
I'm just gonna kind of like peek through the door that Callan here's on the other side of. Just kind of like,
You okay there, buddy?
Just be like, who's he talking to?
I'm gonna keep a lookout for any activity around
So-
us on the outside.
Oh, okay, come on in. No one's in here. Come on.
Alright, I'll go in.
You guys are being...
Did Did I notice anything when I peered my head through that little section after he spoke?
Give me a perception check.
I'm curious. You saw a black figure up there.
What if we run into the werewolf?
What?
Oh.
16. As you peek through, you see essentially a ruined entryway. No movement, and nothing seems to be. No signs of life.
Okay, so after I see that, I'm just gonna after Callan here says come on through. After I peeked, I'm just gonna walk on through. Guards still up. Be like, nothing seems to be around here.
Yes, it appears no one is home at all here, so we have the whole castle to ourselves.
How does
Let's
it look?
not assume that.
Oh crap! I lost my train of thought. Does the inside look, like, is it super? What do I can't. For some reason, I don't know how to ask it. Like, does it look? Does the room look like it's well in use? Like, not, totally in like piles of dust from age, or?
I mean, it looks like it's in ruins. Like no one's bothered to do anything in here.
But does it seem somewhat kept still? Like people are using the inside of it for something, like living, eating?
Did you walk inside?
I will.
Do you?
Yeah. No,
You're
I
trying to
do. I
guess from
will.
outside.
Yeah, no, once Callan here confirms it's empty and everyone else starts to walk in, Anelia will too.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and give me a perception check. 19.
19.
No signs of life in a long time.
Are we sure there's no signs of life? Maybe I could check. I'm just giving the DM a hard time.
Makes sense why Radagast would send us here.
I kind of paused for a second. I was like, did he really just ask him that?
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? It doesn't seem like this area has been used in quite some time, possibly since 10 years ago when the White Council was here, so...
Well, we have confirmed there's orcs occupying Fenbridge Castle. And there
Yes.
might be something, who knows, in the depths of this one. It is a much larger construction, and we
Yes.
have not explored necessarily the whole thing, or even a small portion of it yet.
Correct. And that strange squirrel did say if we find anything also, so perhaps we may not find anything here to begin with, but I'm just trying to remember all of my history at this rate to make sure we might not be potentially missing anything as we look. And you can see as she says that, Anelia is like a little distant. You can tell she's really thinking about some stuff, and she starts to like scour through like her journal and whatnot and some old notes that she's been carrying around.
Give me a lore check, Anelia.
Oh snap, that was just narrative, but okay.
No, she's doing this. She's going through her head. Natural 20.
Damn!
Scholar!
You would know from extensive study of the Shadow and Dol Guldur that anything of relative importance would not necessarily have been kept by the necromancer, but his servants and spies. So you know, like the main palace where you guys walk into is where extravagant things would be kept, etc., etc. Everything for like appears for looks, but sensitive stuff would be more isolated to the high keep.
Right.
And from where you guys are, the high keep is a little bit further into these halls and probably up into the western side of the fortress.
Oh, right. She like has like this little minor epiphany after looking at a note. It would most likely be further in toward this western area here, further down the halls. It would anything the the necromancer kept would have been more kept by his servants and spies.
Well, this necromancer sounds like a lovely fellow. Probably had some neat toys. I say we push that way and see what we can find.
Yes, and
Agreed.
if
Yep, I'm all for it.
I would say if we don't happen to find anything there, then there may not be anything here at all, but that would definitely be the first place to look.
You know, this castle is a really fixer-upper, you know? We could move in here, refurbish it, fix it up, and just have a bastion of... I was gonna say
Yeah, we'll
hope,
put that as a
but
we'll put
it
that
would
as
be
a
very
maybe.
hopeful.
Let's head towards the keep.
Let's button this issue for now. Yeah, I agree.
So, Anelia, with your extensive knowledge, you take the lead in navigating towards the High Keep. You make your way through up the stairs into a balcony area and down a hall, and you come to a side wing of the palace that's closed off from a heavy wooden door. What do you do?
Is there a lock?
There doesn't seem to be like a padlock externally to the door.
I'm gonna try and find a way to open the door.
Okay, how do you do that?
I'm gonna examine the door and see if it's like, a push or pull thing. If there's any like latches or apparent like keyholes or anything on it that we need to focus on or
Okay.
use. So like a push or pull kind of thing to test it out.
All right. So you walk over to it and you push on it. It doesn't move, and you pull it. It goes, opens up.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hmm.
That's why I was like, it's either gonna open or it doesn't. So I was like, fuck it.
I was about to get super complicated with it until Kevin spoke up, so thank you.
All
Yeah,
right.
I'll be like, it's
door.
literally either gonna open or like I'm just gonna check it out. Be like, no latches, no keyholes.
Nope. I
Nothing.
suddenly went into puzzle solving mode for no reason.
And that's how simple puzzles are.
It's just a closed door.
Spend 20 minutes examining the door. No.
So after I open it, I kind of do like a nice guy holding the door kind of gesture. Be like, in we go.
Yeah, so as you open the door, the hall and spiraling staircase on the other side is the closest thing to pitch darkness as you can get. You can still see, but there's no natural light coming through, and there don't appears to be any light sources coming through. And as the door opens, this cold brush of air and wind just comes through at a decent strength and just sort of blows through the halls against all of you. I need you all to make a wisdom saving throw.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Fuck.
Hey,
I am not very wise. That's a
5,
6.
a 14, a 15, and a 6.
Volley and I, we're losing it.
Yeah.
Volley, Callanhair, and Anelia, as the wind comes through, you almost swear there was a whisper on that wind that you heard. Something incoherent. You can't quite understand what it said, but you heard something. You are all frightened.
I can't be frightened.
Well, why?
Hold on. I'm immune to the frightened condition.
'Cause
Is the source of an undead creature? No? Is that what you
No.
said? Oh,
It is
then
not
I
the
am
source of
frightened.
an undead creature.
Dang it. Never mind.
Alright. The three of you are frightened
Almost-
except Aracrin.
Look
I'm
at that.
scared.
Hey, this paladin's doing better than my Curse of Strahd paladin.
What do you do?
I continue on. I don't even get frightened. I don't even. I'm like,
Well, since I don't see the source of my fear, I've just follow closely to Arachrin, because he seems to know what he's doing and is unafraid, and that
Yeah.
comforts me.
I want it to be the fact that I think everyone just thinks I'm too dumb to even notice anything. Just be like, do.
I'm just gonna lean into Valley and Anelia. I'm gonna say, do you think Arachrin notices? Like, I mean, you all feel that, right?
Oh, I felt that in my bones.
Either he doesn't notice, or he is way more willful than I give anyone credit for.
And then I trip on a stone.
Yeah, he just doesn't notice it. Okay,
So
well,
I'm gonna look at Callan here and be like, ignorance is bliss, I guess.
So, you said it's practically dark. So does night vision not give really any other extra benefit in this case?
It would give you your normal benefit in like low light, dim light.
Okay. So with that, is there? Can I see? Can I just see if I see anything? Because Anelia she would feel the panic and then she would just dart around to try to see where that would come from.
You see a short hallway into a stone spiral staircase that goes up into the high keep.
Okay, but there's no there doesn't seem to be any sort of presence around other than that
Perception
wind thingy
check.
happening. Okay.
Wind thingy.
Yeah.
wind thingy.
Words.
Guys, wind thingies.
15.
And you do a quick look around with your eyes darting back and forth in a panic. You don't see anything as a source.
Okay. All right. Know what I'm gonna do now. All right. Well, Anelia is, I guess. Can we shake off the being frightened bit, or is it for a duration of sorts?
Rest.
Arachrin, I believe in you. Go on. I'll be right behind you.
Okay.
So, Callan here, you cling to his cloak and just follow him up.
Yep.
Okay.
Alright, time to go up the stairs.
Volley and Anelia, what are you doing?
This is turning into a Scooby-Doo episode.
Yeah, I'm assuming we can follow, right, or no?
Yeah, you can follow. You're just terrified.
Right?
Okay,
Yeah,
I just want to
I'm gonna...
make sure like the presence isn't like around. Be like, oh my god. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna follow. I'm gonna start following, but I'm gonna look like Shaggy and Scooby when they're like going somewhere like.
Do.
Yeah, Anelia will be last in line and cautiously follow, and she's just going to keep darting her eyes around to see if she sees or notices anything spiritual, undead, or otherwise darkness, magical, shadowness, whatever.
A lot of things. Okay.
But
If it exists.
yeah.
So march in order. We have Arachrin, Callan here, Valley, and Anelia.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stop like sometime up on the steps and just turn behind and just see all three of them like creak out. Are you okay?
So
just need a Scooby snack. I'll be fine.
You start walking. You walk up the spiraling staircase, and you stop to turn around. And Callan here, like gripping to your cloak, moves with you. So he always is like behind you. So you turn around and you only see Valley and Anelia.
Okay then.
Then you turn back around, Callan. And you make your way up to the top of the high keep, and it opens up into a main room with a couple of other doors. that almost seems to be like a library of sorts that seems to have been ransacked. Tables are flipped, things are everywhere at a glance. As you all sort of walk up and enter this room.
I'll check out the room.
Investigation check.
Oh boy. Nope.
9. You look around. You find balled up pieces of parchment, dark leather-bound books strewn about, broken furniture, but nothing terribly interesting.
Mhm.
Now, is there anywhere? Is this like the end of the road? Is there other doors that go elsewhere?
There is at least one other door, from what you can see.
Aracrin, go check out that door.
I'll go and listen behind the door to see if I hear anything.
Give me a perception check.
Ooh. Nope. Oh, hey, look, now I got a bad perception check.
You don't hear anything on the other side.
All right, well, I guess I'm just gonna open the door.
Yeah, it's a heavy iron door, and it just opens right up.
It's just a door, Calendar.
Well,
Calendar here.
what's on the other side of it?
That's on the other side of this door.
You look around. Just seems to be another extension of the library.
Just more library here.
Well, let's see if we can find anything in here. Aracrin.
Okay.
Anelia, you hear a voice directly behind you. It sort of just, not necessarily whispers, just speaks in a normal speaking voice. Are you lost?
Turn around and look.
You turn around and you see a bluish, translucent glow of an elf.
Boy, respond.
Wants to find ghosts this whole time,
No, I was looking for ghosts.
and then doesn't know what to do with it.
But
Good, good,
player,
Hey, demons.
player me is afraid of ghosts, so now
At least
this
it's
is
a
hard.
polite ghost.
No kidding.
Only Anelia hears and sees this.
Ah, we are. We are here looking for some information about something that might be presently going on here.
And
Do
what
you-
sort of information brings you all the way here?
Well, we were sent by one of the wizards.
Of course, they can't seem to let this place go, can they?
And may I ask who you are?
Not quite yet.
Do I hear Analia talking?
Oh yeah, you hear her just talking to the air.
I'm just gonna like turn around.
Go on.
I'm just so as I'm looking at Analia, I'm just gonna kind of like tap, like still looking at her, and I'm looking just tap Callan here on the shoulder and be like, has she lost it?
Then
Go on.
And then go ahead. That's pretty much all I'm gonna do.
Hmm.
Well, you come here looking for something, and yet you're standing on something.
what am I standing on?
You
I
look
look down.
down. You look down and there is a smear of dried blood across the floor that goes off towards the wall. And a quick look at it, it seems to be brownish black. So like orc blood.
Old. Oh, okay. I'm going to. Well, yeah. I'm gonna take a look closer at the blood. Try to gauge how old it might be. If it's fresh. If it's not so fresh.
Okay, give me an investigation check.
Lick the blood.
Fresh with a pH.
That's a 5. I don't want to touch that blood.
It's really hard for you to tell the age of the blood.
Okay, but it trails off in a direction.
It trails off towards a corner of the room.
Okay. Oh, well, I stand up from investigating. Well, that was extremely helpful. Thank you.
Yes. I have nothing better to do in this place.
Why are you here?
One might say I'm tied to this place.
How long have you been here?
Let's see. What feels like an eternity? 5 years, maybe?
So, is there... You said he's an elf. Does he have a distinct face? Could I, like, are there enough features to try to see if, like, I recognize this person, ghosty thing?
Give me an insight check.
Okay.
I mean, if it was somebody you personally knew, you would have recognized them immediately.
I'm just curious if
19,
it's like someone from
you've
stories.
never, a 19, you've never met this elf before, and you are not familiar with his descriptive look.
Okay.
About medium length hair. In what appears to be Mirkwood garb, so he must be a wood elf.
Callan here. Oh,
Ah.
never mind. Nope, I still call for him.
Okay.
Callan here will come over nervously.
Do you see him?
I assume Callan here does.
He does not.
Oh. See, are you talking about Volley? I mean, I know he can be a little disheveled at times, but I mean, he does his best.
Ah, no, then I can only see you. All right, well, that answers my question.
Well, you're a high elf, yes? Much as your kin is able to see the likes of the Wraith worlds from time to time.
Yes, but I couldn't help but be curious too if he could see you too. After all, the two of you are seem to be wearing similar garb of sorts.
Yes, and he sort of walks off following the blood. Much is the realm of the wood.
I am following him because I'm gonna start looking at the blood trail and see where it leads.
Yep, so he sort of walks over towards a corner of the room and mimes like he's leaning against the wall, though if he were, he probably would fall through it. And you walk over following him, and you see curled up in the corner an orc.
Is he dead?
Give me a medicine check.
Ooh! That's a 10.
10. You look him over, and he is dead, and you find the cause of death. It seems that he was killed recently. Though, based on his proximity to the area and the unnatural corruption that this land brings, the body seems relatively untouched. So this was fairly recent.
Ah, something. Callan here, Volley, Arachron, take a look.
Yes? It's
And
a
after
dead
I
orc.
call for them to take a look, I will turn to my new ghost elf friend, and I will say thanks again to him, and I will say, or I will ask if he knows if anything happened to
Oh,
this
holy
orc.
shit, that's a dead orc.
It's a dead orc. What do you want us to do with this?
As you guys all look over the orc body, you see stuck in between the rib cage is a dagger.
Oh, Callan here is going to grab it.
You grab it. Seems well made. A very elegant blade with like amber gold throughout the actual handle of it. You would know, Callan here, that this is a wood elf. Is an elf of Mirkwood dagger.
I will take this as it is a dagger of my people.
Oh.
And I'll
very good.
I'll wipe
You
the
can-
orc blood off of it. And I accidentally in my character sheet put wood of dagger.
You can just put dagger of the woodland realm.
Got it.
Do you know what happened here?
You asking me?
No. I'm asking. I still don't. You have to give me some name to address you.
Callan here?
No, not you.
Who else are you talking to? A Volley there? A Rakran there?
What
I
the
mean,
hell?
I went through the effort of learning all your names, and you can't even remember them in Elia.
No,
What the hell is happening?
There is this elven gentleman here who is unfortunately not quite physically with us, but he just helped us find this orc.
Well, say thank you for me.
Well,
My favorite orc is a dead orc.
Well, if you insist, you need to call me something. Considering where you found me, you can call me Guldur.
I'm sorry, what? Okay.
You can call me Guldur.
Guldur.
Yes, consider it the namesake of this place.
I suppose that will work, although I don't find it the best of names, to be honest. But if that is your wish, I will call you as such. Yes, here. Oh, never mind. You cannot see him, but I have met this new friend who has helped us find this orc. Actually, Guldur, do you know what happened to this orc? Whose dagger this may be?
Don't know who stabbed him, but you might be able to get some answers from someone else. I roam throughout the halls of Dol Guldur. I don't see everything that happens. But I do know of some people that have visited recently, and those who might know who they are, or at least know of that dagger. The dagger does belong to the woodland realm, and at least that's where it was forged. And though the elves are usually ones that are above the corruption of the Dark Ones, this might indicate otherwise. There might be some treachery in the halls of the King's Hall.
So you're saying... Well, I don't hear that. I'm going to take the dagger, and I'm going to lop off one of the fingers from the orc corpse.
So Anelia will basically repeat what he just said, the potential of treachery within the Elven King's Hall. But the way she says it is that she repeats it just to like think about it some more. So like she's got her hand on her chin and she's just like, oh, and she just mutters that as a repeat to critically think on it. So that's how you guys can hear that bit of information.
Well, the Elven King's halls is ripe full of assholes, so no surprise there. Here,
Of course.
Volley, and I toss him the orc finger.
Why?
Token of a dead orc. We're here to slay orcs as well.
That is true. Technically, but alright.
Maybe
So
I should have
perhaps-
taken the hand because never mind.
I thought we needed the head.
I just recall Mogdra saying he wants a proof.
Oh. Well, so my good new friend here said people have visited here recently. Perhaps we could find more signs of their presence having been here.
Well, if your friend has seen other people here, why doesn't your friend take us to them?
Because they're probably not here anymore.
Tell
This
the
place
rebel.
is empty.
Tell the rebel of the elf in your party that they're not here anymore. There's no one else here.
He says they're not here anymore. No one else is here. And I don't think he's liking you at all, Kellen, here.
Ah, pish posh.
Might I suggest, if you're actually looking for things, and he gestures to the unlocked door that was inspected earlier, checking the room in there. There's papers strewn about everywhere. This used to be where the necromancer's spies and most loyal servants kept their secrets.
Yes, so like I was saying, Arachrin, let us go explore the other room. Before we got interrupted by, Anelia's, friend. Whom none of
Yeah.
us can see but Anelia.
He just mentioned that room. Go ahead and
You're right. I didn't hear him say that. I'm saying this in reaction to Anelia telling us to go search that room.
Alright,
Hey,
somebody,
let's go check out the room. I'll go check out the room.
I will help.
there you go. So somebody can give me investigation at advantage.
That's
East side or-
all you, Arachrin.
Oh yeah, +0.
I mean, I'm not too good on investigation. I have disadvantage anyway.
I found probably nothing.
Yeah, you walk in and it's just a mess of scrolls and parchment just all over the place. The entire floor is basically littered with it.
I can't tell you what any of this stuff is.
Let's just take all of it.
This is a lot of stuff.
Just grab a couple then.
And Nelia, you come here and take a look and see if you can spot one that makes more sense.
Oh, what? Oh, okay. She was lost in thought and thinking, and she'll come over and try to take a look at the papers.
While they're doing that, can I look around, like, the corpse, like, where the orc is, and see, like, any other, like, potential weapons or clues of, like, how recent anything's been here, or what specifically may have happened?
In terms of the death,
In terms of the death, and then, like, what was left behind, if there's any, like, indication of which elves, if that makes sense, came through. Like, I know it was Mirkwood, I know that, but if it feels like high Mirkwood elves, it was just, like, a random, like, scrub force, something like that.
give me an investigation check.
Hey,
21.
hit me.
Well, you look it over and you know that the dagger found was elven, You find that this orc was stabbed several times wildly, and most of the elves you've come across are a bit more precise in what they do.
Okay.
This seems too frantic, too emotional.
hmm Okay, and what about like the area he's in or lying in?
The corner of the room. It looks like that he was probably stabbed in the middle of the room and sort of crawled away and died in the corner.
Okay. Okay.
Well,
Well, here are some papers, and what else? What else is here in this room? Did you guys find anything?
papers.
Nope.
Well, he just
I'm gonna
said.
make my way. I'm gonna make my way towards them.
Well, he
But-
just
You guys
said
still
to,
in here?
Do you
to take a
s-
look in here.
do you see how many papers there are, though?
There are a lot
yeah,
of papers here.
yeah. Then she's like starting to go through them,
So
and
we have you.
she's like looking at the wall, seeing if there's like any like potentially secret nooks and crannies. And she's also trying to quickly glance at the papers and see if she can read anything.
You do see like sort of like a closet door off to the side as you're looking around. As far as the papers are concerned, give me an investigation check.
Oh boy!
Boy.
21.
Ooh.
Hey.
21. So you sift through the pages and scrolls on the ground. You come across a whole mix of penned languages between Western of the common tongue, variations of Elvish, Black speech, which is the language of Mordor. But one of the ones in common you find is a little alarming and seems recent. It goes over scouting missions in the Vales of Anduin, which would be over in this region. And based on the dates of other parts, it appears to be up to date descriptions of the military force at Lake Town.
Oh.
I'm gonna show it to the others, those papers. And then I'm going to also point out the small closet door.
Well, who wants to open the closet?
I'll open the
Also-
closet.
These reports are probably useful for Radagast.
I agree. This might be exactly what he may have hoped for us to find.
I'm gonna open the closet door.
I believe in you, Rakran. I just don't believe in myself right now.
You're opening the door,
Yes.
I reckon. Okay. You open it up. You open up the door, and it's a small sort of like, not pantry, but like a storage closet that's goes back a few feet. Boxes and crates are stacked on the side walls, but as you look down on the floor, there's another body.
I got another body here, guys.
Oh
Is
boy!
it an orc body?
I don't know. I'm gonna drag the body out.
You grab it by the ankle, and drag it out
Yep.
into one of the library rooms, and you just drop it. You all look it over. This is a human body.
Oh, this isn't an orc.
Unfortunate.
Give me an investigation check, just looking over the body. Somebody.
Not me.
I'll do it.
I was gonna
Alright.
say I'm decent.
My so my
Not it.
investigation is a 3.
I'll help.
Okay. Go ahead and investigate it at advantage.
Boom. Not bad.
17. Okay. Volley, you recognize that the clothing that this guy is wearing is of Lake Town. His cloak is caked in dried mud and blood, and his fingers are pressed up against a gaping wound in the side that appears to have been made by a sword that is laying back in the other room that appears to be a jagged orc sword. After looking around and seeing the two bodies, go ahead and give me a riddle check.
Ooh.
I've never had to do that before. I think.
Riddle me
An
this,
11.
Batman.
So as you look over back at the orc body, back at this human, the two weapons where they are, and the course of events, you come to the conclusion that the human, based on his expression and how he's gripping his side, was actually surprised by the orc. They fought each other, and both ended up mortally wounding the other. As part of your investigation of the body and everything, you find a pouch of 60 lozenge, and I'll spell that here in a second.
Yeah, but let's go. What?
What?
Oh, it's almost looks like lozenge. Lozenge.
We got 16 lodgings.
Take care of that. cock.
Essentially like a diamond shape. It's a rhombus or a diamond shape.
Oh.
Okay.
Diamond-shaped silver pennies. You find 60 of them in the pouch. A couple of coins that appeared to be minted in the woodland realm based on the stamping of them. And give me a traditions check.
Okay. Oh.
Okay, no.
So, those coins stamped of the woodland realm, they're of my people, so I think I should have them.
So I'll just kind of just pass them off to Callan here, and then I'm gonna take the 60 lozenges, just put them in my inventory. Might be useful to help later.
You get the coins and you look at them real quick. Give me a traditions check. There's a reason I'm asking and not saying you just know.
Oh wait, me or
No, Callan here.
Callan?
Oh,
Okay. Yeah.
Did I
that's
say?
why
Did I say Valley?
no, you didn't say.
No.
You actually didn't say a
No, I
name.
thought you said.
Oh,
I didn't hear a name.
I thought-
So
I thought you said Callan here, but I was like, but I was like, oh wait, shit, maybe me.
Maybe more.
because I thought it was
Callan
two
here.
separate things. I thought there was the.
no. So as he hands them over to you, Callan here, and you actually see the coins for the first time, give me a traditions check.
Yeah, I
6.
did 6.
Nope, nothing. Never mind. Carry on.
Well, shit.
And what? There's 16 of them.
There's 60 silver pennies.
Oh,
And then there's just a handful of coins that appear
Okay.
to have been minted in the woodland realm.
handful
Yeah,
of
so
So
I'm gonna
coins.
separate from the 60 pennies.
So I'm gonna hold on to the 60 pennies, just kind of like keeping them in my inventory for take them somewhere, maybe get them like identified, know who this poor schmuck was, or
I mean,
etc. etc.
come on, Volley. We've all worked together here. We can split 60 up 4 ways, I think.
Let's find out what these were for first.
They're for us now.
Is there, do any of the papers or anything in the room seem to mention anything about, Tyrant's Hill, Mogdred, Woodman?
Do any of them mention it?
Yeah.
Not the ones that you specifically picked up. Do you continue looking?
Yeah, I'm gonna just a little bit longer. I'll keep looking.
Okay, give me an investigation check.
10.
You continue looking through, and after a while, you don't seem to find anything that's specifically addressing
Okay.
Tyrant's Hill or Mordred or anything.
Okay. After that, I'm gonna stand up or I'll be done searching and I'll look at the others and I'll just ask if there's anything we want to keep looking for while here.
Nope. I think we've found everything we need here. We found some money that Valley has taken for himself. We found something Radagast is interested in, and you made a new friend. Now, all in all, I'd say that's a win for us.
Do you...
Did we ever check what's in that room?
Yes, it's full
So-
of paper.
The one
We're
they
in-
pulled the body out of, or
Yeah, like the one like the hidden like closet thing.
Yeah,
Nope.
we're in it. What?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
he pulled the body out. No one checked the room.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. So let's go check the damn room. So I'm gonna after I investigate the body, I'm gonna open the door to the
It's already open.
secret
Yeah.
tunnel.
Wait,
I
yeah.
never-
It's already
You-
open.
The door
you
the
pulled
door is
body from that.
the door is open. The body was pulled out and investigated in the room you guys are standing
I
in.
went.
No one actively went into the room to look any further.
I went, there's
Okay.
another dead body here.
Yeah, all right. So I'm gonna after I check the body, I'm gonna go check out the room.
Okay, investigation check.
That's better.
18. You see where the body was laying, see sort of a dried puddle of blood that was moved away. And laying on the ground, you find a jagged orc sword. As you look around from that point forward, you find a small grate in the ground off to the side near the back of the room. And you go over to it and you look inside, and there seems to be something shoved down inside of it. So and the grate's pretty small. You grab it, you lift it off, and lay it against the wall. And you reach in and you pull out a couple of the parchments that were stashed away, and you find several reports on the active guard and military force of the Woodland Realm. The elves that are patrolling the Elf Path, the Elven King's Halls, and the east and west gates of Mirkwood with alarming accuracy.
Crap.
So I'm gonna like find that. As I glance through it, I'm gonna go. We may have a problem here. I think I know where that army was going. And I'm gonna tell them like what I found in the reports. Either Mirkwood has a traitor amongst them, or these guys are just really good at scouting.
Of the Woodland Realm?
Of the Woodland Realm.
Yeah,
Elven
the Elven
King's
King's
Halls. Mirkwood.
Mirkwood is kind of a very wide term.
Nah, I was just confirming as a player because I'm taking notes.
But
I suggest we make haste towards Mirkwood right now.
I say we leave this castle. I feel like we've gotten everything we need to, and we don't need to tarry here any longer.
All right, sounds good with me.
I'm gonna go back to Guldur.
Okay.
You don't know who may be involved with this, by any chance?
He looks down at the human body. Well, if he's any indication, it's somebody from Laketown.
Potentially someone from Lake Town. Well, thank you very much for your help. It's very appreciated. Is there anything I can do for you in return?
No. I suggest you get as far away from here as you can. No good comes of this place. I've been here longer than I should have.
I can't help put you at peace. I can't possibly share any word with any still living family members or friends.
Family members. No, I believe I am bound to this place. Probably because what kept me here is still around.
What?
But I have no evidence of that.
What could be keeping you here?
Give me a persuasion check.
What I get? 18.
18. Memories of long past. But that's a story for another time. Based on what you found here, I suggest you leave. Time is of the essence. And he sort of just fades until gone.
Bye.
I will whisper thank you in Quenya. And then I will turn the others, and you can tell Anelia is ready to leave at that point.
All right, let's
Okay, I was
go.
ready to go. I forgot the scrolls. Let's get the hell out of here.
Alright, so you guys make your way back down the High Keep and back into the Necromancer's Halls and out into the main area of Dol Guldur. You start making your way back across the bridge. Everybody give me one more corruption check. Corruption saving throw.
I was gonna say one more for the road.
One more for the road.
God.
Natural one,
Hey.
baby! Yeah! I didn't get any loot from the castle, and I am angry.
I'm angry.
I didn't get enough loot.
Rakrin and Nelia, you are fine. Vali, you take one. Helen here, as you guys are leaving, you look back over at the main structure and you get this brief flash of what used to be here. You see a large band of orc forces, and you see a spiraling green veil, almost like magic, just spinning around the entire hill. And you see flash for another half of a second a fire and a black hole, and it comes back and everything is gone. You take 2 shadow points.
Oh,
Oh
yeah.
my god, you got 4 in one session?
Let's
My,
go.
my dude's too
that-
pure at heart to get corrupted.
That's adorable.
Holy crap!
I'm young, dumb, and pure of heart.
You guys
Oh my god.
double your step and make your way back out of Dol Guldur and try to follow your path back through the fens. You head north to get as far away from here as you possibly can, and that is where we are going to end tonight.
Oh my goodness.
4 corruption points. Read them and weep them.
That sounds
Yep.
fun.
So we found, basically we found a bunch of reports of scouting missions, like all over the place.
Black
mean-
treachery.
Military in Lake Town and reports
Yeah,
of the Woodland Realm.
Lake Town and the King's Halls are the 2 places.
Yeah.
Anduin Vales.
And found what?
And the Anduin Vales.
Oh yeah. Scouting missions in Vales of
This region.
Anduin.
Oh,
Okay.
This region.
Yeah.
And this region.
just let Thranduil take care of it. Why do we have to do work for him? I feel
Well-
like a little bit of Vidau's bleeding through.
Hey, it's not just his land.
Is the
Alright.
Black Tarn up there?
I'm just
Isn't it up
I'm
there?
just here to party.
Is the Black Tarn up where?
The Black Town's like here or
Oh
something.
wait, I'm totally off on the map. Never mind.
Obviously, I don't know what you're referring to.
Nothing. Never mind.
All right.
I'm good.
Okay.
I just
So-
have lots of questions.
Oh, I'm sure you do. So that's where we'll end tonight. And we'll pick up again next week and see what you guys plan to do with this newfound information. So thank you all for joining us tonight.
Oh man.
I hope to see you all back here tomorrow night for our weekly paint and chat. And then we will see you all again next week, as we continue this, keep an eye out for our Curse of Strahd podcast episode. Been very busy. We're almost done editing it. It should be up within the next week or so. We're only a few people, and we all have full-time jobs. It's hard. We have time. So bear with us, but it will be there. So keep an eye out for that. So for that, thanks for joining us. Have a good night, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Later.
Bye.